What if I told you that your financial anxiety, that constant feeling of being stuck, comes from one single hidden belief? It's the belief that you are a tenant in your own life. Think about it. You're just paying the rent. You're waiting for someone else, your boss, your luck, the landlord, to fix the building. You're working hard just to stay, not to build. This is the mindset that keeps you broke, and it is a lie. You are not the tenant. You are the architect. You just have the wrong blueprints. In this video, I'm going to throw away those old, broken plans, and I'm going to give you the 4-step blueprint, the real construction plan, to stop paying rent to your excuses and start building your own permanent house of freedom. This is the system to take 100% control, starting today. If you are ready to stop being a tenant and finally become the architect of your own life, make your first strategic decision. Hit the like button right now to approve this blueprint, and subscribe to English Unshackled, because your new toolbox is here. All right, the plan is approved. Let's get to the construction site. Blueprint number 1. Stop being a tenant. Become the architect. Right now, you are a tenant in your own financial life. Think about it. A tenant cannot change the walls. A tenant cannot fix the foundation. A tenant cannot build a new room. A tenant just pays the rent and hopes the owner fixes the problems. A tenant lives in a house that is not theirs. They feel temporary. They feel powerless. This is how you live with your money. You wait for your boss, the owner, to give you a raise. You wait for the government, the owner, to fix the economy. You wait for luck to come and fix your problems. You are a passive observer in your own life. You are waiting for someone else to give you permission to be wealthy. You are waiting for someone else to come and build your house for you. This is the tenant mindset. It's the voice in your head that says, "It's not my fault. The system is broken. It's impossible for people like me. I'm just unlucky. Money is too complicated." These are the excuses that keep you broke. They are the rent you pay to avoid the hard work of building. They are the stories you tell yourself to make it okay to be powerless. But it is not okay. The rich are not tenants. The rich are architects, and they are builders. An architect looks at an empty space or a broken building and sees a future home. An architect designs the plan. An architect understands the materials. An architect takes 100% responsibility for the entire structure. If the foundation is weak, it is the architect's fault. If the walls fall, it is the architect's fault. The architect does not blame the bricks. The architect does not blame the ground. They change the plan. They find better materials. They build again. This is the most important shift in your entire life. It is the moment you stop being the tenant, and you decide to become the architect. You must stop waiting for someone to save you. You are the owner. You are the builder. The problem is yours, and the power is also yours. This is the great secret. The problem and the power are the same thing. Money is not magic. It's not luck. Money is a building material. It's like wood or steel or concrete. It is neutral. It does nothing on its own. It simply waits for an architect to give it a purpose. A good architect builds a strong house. A bad architect builds a weak house. The materials are the same. The difference is the architect. So, how do you make this shift? It starts with a simple power hack. I call it the Architect's Declaration. For the next 7 days, I want you to notice every time you blame someone or something for your money problems. When you think, my boss doesn't pay me enough, or taxes are too high, or my family always needs my money, or I just have bad luck. The moment you hear this tenant voice in your head, I want you to stop. Physically, stop. Take a deep breath and say out loud, or in your mind, if you are not alone, I am the architect. This is my house, and I am responsible for the solution. This is not a lie. This is the truth. You are the architect. You are just an architect who has been pretending to be a tenant. When you say, my boss doesn't pay me enough, the tenant waits. The architect asks, how can I increase my value or find a new client to get the materials I need? When you say, I have bad luck, the tenant gives up. The architect says, the storm broke the wall. Now, I will design a stronger wall. This simple hack retrains your brain. You are taking the power back from the world and putting it in your own hands. This is the first, most critical step. Your long-term practice is to find your original, broken blueprints. Where did you learn about money? You have a blueprint in your head right now. You got it when you were a child. You got it from your parents, who fought about it, or were scared of it. You got it from society, which told you to just get a safe job, one truck, and be a good tenant. These are the old, weak blueprints given to you. They are invisible. They are habits. They are the temperature your family set for money. Maybe your family's money temperature was just enough to survive. So, every time you get a little extra money, you feel uncomfortable. Your old blueprint kicks in, and you spend it to get back to the temperature you know. You must find these old plans. You must see them, look at them, acknowledge them. Say, thank you. You kept me safe, but this is not my house. And then you must have the courage to take a blank piece of paper and draw your own. You are not a tenant anymore. You are the architect. This is your foundation. Blueprint number 2. Design the house before you build it. What would you think of a builder who just shows up to an empty lot and starts throwing bricks around? He throws some concrete here, a few pieces of wood there. He works very hard. He sweats all day. You ask him, what are you building? And he says, I don't know. I just hope it becomes a house. I am working very hard, so it should be a good house, right? This is madness, right? This is exactly how you live your life. You get your paycheck, your building materials, and you just throw them around. A brick for coffee, a pile of wood for a new shirt, a bag of cement for a dinner you don't remember. You are busy all month, you are working hard at spending. And at the end of the month, you look at the messy pile of receipts and the empty bank account, and you ask, why don't I have a house? Where did all my materials go? This is the anxiety. This is the panic. You stay broke because you have no blueprint. You are trying to build a life of freedom without a plan. It is impossible. You cannot hope your way to a strong house. You must design it. The rich, the architects, they never lay a single brick without a perfect, detailed plan. They know where every wall will go. They know where every window will be. They know the exact cost of the foundation. They know how many bricks they need. They know how much wood they need. The plan comes first. The building comes second. Your financial anxiety, that feeling of stress you have when you think about money, it doesn't come from not having enough money. It comes from not knowing your numbers. It comes from building in the dark. It's the fear of the unknown. We are going to turn on the lights. We are going to draw the first, most important part of your blueprint. This hack is called the foundation cost. This is the exact total number you need to live every month. This is your survival number. In our new metaphor, this number is the concrete foundation of your entire house. You cannot build walls or a roof until you know the exact size and cost of your foundation. If your foundation is weak, or you don't know its size, the whole house will be unstable. So, here is your mission. Tonight, not tomorrow. You will do this step by step. It is not scary. It is empowering. This is the act of an architect. 1. Open your bank statements from last month. Find the number for your home, rent or mortgage. This is the first corner of your foundation. Write it down. 2. Look at your food, groceries. Only the food you need, not restaurants, not luxuries. Add up the total. Be honest. This is the second corner. Write it down. 3. Look at your transport to work. Bus, train, or gas for your car. This is the third corner. Write it down. 4. Look at your essential bills. Water, electricity, phone, internet. The things you need to operate. This is the fourth corner. Write it down. Now, add these numbers together. That final number is your foundation cost. This is the most powerful number in your life. Why? Because it is not a prison. It is the end of prison. This number is the price of your freedom. It's the number you need to build your base level of life. Once you have this number, the fear goes away. It's not a big, dark, scary monster called bills. It's just a number on a page. A problem you can now solve. You have the first piece of your blueprint. Now you can start to design the rest of the house. You can say, my foundation costs 2,000 bricks. I get 2,500 bricks from my supply truck. I have 500 extra bricks. What is the plan for these 500 bricks? This is an architect's question. Your long-term practice is to have a weekly design review. Every Sunday, for 10 minutes. You will look at your blueprint, your foundation cost, and your spending, where your materials went. You are the architect, checking the construction site. You ask the questions. Did we follow the plan this week? Did we waste any materials? Did an unexpected storm, an emergency, damage the foundation? And what is the plan to fix it? Did this wall, an expense, make the house stronger? Or was this just decoration we don't need yet? Is the construction on schedule? You are no longer just hoping for a house. You are managing the construction. This is control. This is power. Blueprint number 3. Build multiple supply lines for your materials. You are the architect. You have your mindset. You have your blueprint. Now you need materials. You need bricks, wood, and steel. In this metaphor, your income, your job, is a supply truck. It delivers a pile of materials, your paycheck, once or twice a month. If you are like most people, you have only one truck. One. Your entire house, your entire future, depends on this one single truck. What happens if that truck breaks down? What happens if the driver, your boss, gets in a bad mood? What happens if the company, the truck owner, decides to stop delivering to you? The building stops. Immediately. Your house is left half-finished, open to the rain. You are a hostage to that one truck. You are terrified of the driver. You do everything the driver says, because you are afraid he will take your only supply of bricks. This is not a safe way to build. It is fragile. It is weak. This is the tenant mindset. I have a safe job. This is all I need. A safe job is the most dangerous thing in the world because it is one truck. The architect mindset is different. The rich architect knows that one supply truck is a massive risk. It is a single point of failure. So, what do? They don't just buy materials. They build factories that make the materials for them. These factories are called assets. An asset is a brick-making machine. You buy it once, and it makes new bricks for you forever, even while you are sleeping. The rich person doesn't have one supply truck, one job. They have a job. And they have a small brick factory, stocks, that sends them a few bricks, dividends. And they have another small factory, a rental property, that sends them more bricks, rent. And they have another, a small business, a digital product that works for them. If one truck breaks down, it's okay. They have 3 other factories sending them materials. The building does not stop. This is not rich. This is safe. This is strong. This is an anti-fragile house. They are not just builders. They are factory owners. This is the entire secret. The poor work for their materials. The rich build systems that create their materials. So, how do you start? You don't have money to buy a factory. This is the mental trap. This is the tenant mindset talking. You start by proving to yourself that you can create a new supply line. Even if it's tiny. You start with 1 brick. Here is your power hack. It's called the first extra brick. Your mission this week is to find 1 extra brick, $1, outside of your main job. Sell 1 old book online. Tutor someone in your language for 1 hour. Do 1 delivery. Walk a neighbor's dog. The amount is not the point. $1 is fine. The point is to break the mental barrier. The point is to change your identity. You must prove to your own brain that you are not just a consumer of materials from one truck. You are a creator of materials. This tiny action, getting that one extra brick, changes your brain. You are now a person with more than one supply line. You are becoming an architect. You are becoming a factory owner. Your long-term practice is to build your first brick-making factory. This is the pay yourself first rule, but with our new metaphor. The moment your main supply truck, your paycheck, arrives. Before you pay for the foundation, bills, before you pay for food, you take 10% or 5% or 1% of the best materials, and you send them to your factory. This is a separate savings or investment account. You give these materials one job. You are not for spending. You are not for emergencies. You are for building the factory. And here is the magic. Those bricks you send, they learn to make new bricks. This is called compounding. You send 100 bricks. Soon, they build a tiny machine, and it makes one new brick, interest. But now, you have 101 bricks working for you, and they build another machine faster, and then 105, and then 200. After many years, you don't have a pile of bricks. You have a massive automated factory that sends you a new, full truck of materials every single month. A truck that you own. A truck that nobody can take away from you. You have built your own freedom. You started with one brick. You became the architect. Blueprint number 4. Build your walls and lock your doors. You are the architect. You have your mindset. You have your blueprint. You are building your material factories. But there is one final critical problem. Your construction site has no walls. It has no fences. It has no doors. So, as you are building, people just walk onto your site and take your materials. A friend walks on. "Oh, you have so many bricks. I need some." And he takes a pile. A family member walks on. "You are building a house? You must build me a small room over here." And they take your wood. You see a shiny object on the street, an advertisement, and your emotional mind, the internal visitor, just runs outside and gives all your materials away for a moment of pleasure. At the end of the month, you look at your half-built foundation, and you don't know where all your materials went. Your house is not built. This is the life of someone with no boundaries. A person with no boundaries is not a home builder. They are just a public park. A place where anyone can come and take what they want. You stay broke because your house has no walls. You are trying to build a house for yourself, but you are also trying to build a house for everyone else. You cannot do both. The tenant mindset says, "I have to be nice. I have to say yes. Good people are generous." Let me ask you, is an architect who lets everyone steal their bricks a good architect? No. They are an irresponsible architect. They are failing their mission. Their mission is to build a strong, safe house. The walls are your discipline. The locked door is your power to say no. The rich architect builds strong, thick walls. They decide who comes in and who stays out. They are not rude. They are not unkind. They are just clear. They have a mission. They are building a house, and they will protect their materials. Their future freedom is more important than someone else's temporary comfort. So, how do you build your walls? You start with the internal visitor, your emotional mind. This is the biggest thief. Here is the hack. I call it the 24-hour door lock. You see a new thing you want. A new pair of shoes, a new phone, a new game. Your emotional mind wants to run out and spend the materials now. But you are the architect. You stop, and you lock the door for 24 hours. You tell the new purchase, "You can't come in today. Wait outside for 24 hours. Why? Because in 24 hours, the emotion is gone. The excitement is lower. The architect, your logical brain, is back in control. You can then go to the door, look at the purchase, and ask the architect's question. Are you a tool to help me build my house faster? Is this in the blueprint? Or are you just a pretty decoration that will sit on the floor and get in the way? 90% of the time you will see it was just a distraction. You will close the door. You will feel powerful. You have defended your house. Your long-term practice is to build your external walls. This is learning to say no to the human visitors who want your bricks. This is the hardest skill. But you are an architect. You must learn it. When a friend asks to borrow your bricks, money, and you know they won't return, you must be calm and strong. You have a script. You say, I value our friendship, but right now, I need every single brick to build my foundation. I cannot give any away. Or when a family member demands your materials, I am on a very strict building plan right now to create a safe future, and I cannot spare any materials that are not in the plan. This will feel hard, but it is not mean, it is clear. You are not rejecting them. You are protecting your future. You are protecting your freedom. Each no is another brick in your wall. It makes your house stronger. It makes you safer. So, let's review the blueprints for your new life. Blueprint 1. Stop being a tenant. Become the architect. You are 100% responsible for your life. The problem is yours, and the power is yours. Blueprint 2. Design the house before you build it. Your foundation cost is your blueprint for freedom. You cannot hope your way to a house. Blueprint 3. Build multiple supply lines. Stop depending on one truck. Build brick-making factories, assets that work for you. And Blueprint 4. Build your walls and lock your doors. Learn to say no and protect your materials. Protect your mission. This is the system. This is the architect's plan. This is how you stop being the person who is always struggling, always reacting, always paying rent, and become the person who is always building. You are not broke because you are lazy or unlucky. You were just a tenant, living in a house that wasn't yours, using the wrong blueprints. Today, that ends. You have the new plan. Look at your hands. They are not the hands of a tenant waiting to be saved. They are the hands of a builder. This is not a magic trick. This is a construction project. It is a training program for your mind. With every brick you place, with every no you say, with every dollar you send to your factory, you are becoming a new person, a designer, a builder, the architect of your own freedom. If you are ready to build, if you are ready to get the tools you need for your toolbox, then subscribe to English Unshackled. Because freedom is not something you wait for. Freedom is not something you are given. Freedom is something you build with your own 2 hands. Welcome to the construction site.